Welcome back, OSLP family. Welcome.
You are listening to our Sleep Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Mel.
And we have a special episode.
Yeah, because we got not just one person, we got double.
We got two.
We got two hanging out with us today.
And they're our favorites.
They're one of our favorites.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
We love watching their journeys. And the fun thing about them is that they are both dating.
Yeah. So we get to ask them the dating questions because I've been married for, I think we're about to hit 13 years, maybe 14 years.
Man.
What year are we in?
I don't
21.
know.
Okay. So it'll be
how long you've been married.
It'll be 13 years at the end of August. So I have no idea what the dating world would be like. I have so many questions because I told Eric, oh man, if I had this body without being married, there'd be a problem.
She'd be going crazy.
I'd be going cray. So I need to know what's going on with you guys. So these two girls have been with us for a very long time.
Yes.
And we got to introduce them.
Since the beginning.
Yeah.
So we are introducing Miss Natalie, Miss Breaking Barriers herself. And then we also have Miss Brooke, Story of B, BSG.
That's right. And Natalie's been on the pod before.
Yes. So welcome back, Natalie, and welcome to your first time, Brooke.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah. We're so excited. We want to hear all the details. As you guys know, I'm at the tail end of my divorce. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I cannot wait. But I have also kind of dipped into the dating pool a little bit.
Yeah.
So I want to hear what your guys' experiences are because some of mine were fucking weird. So,
trash.
Yeah.
It's trash. No, I'm just kidding. It's not all trash.
Some of it is it's real. It's real weird. It gets real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Well, let's start with, not start with, but how about Natalie, introduce yourself, and then Brooke goes kind of your backgrounds, what surgeries you guys had, how long, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Natalie. I'm Breaking Barriers on Instagram. I had VSG done in Tijuana, Mexico at the Obesity Control Center on September 28th of 2020. So I'm almost a year out. So crazy.
That is nuts.
Yeah, it blows my mind. Yeah, and I've lost a total, including my pre-op, I've lost 130 pounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You just have this light in you now.
Yeah. You're glowing even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we talked to you right up until, we were talking to you the whole time you were pre-op and
while she was there and she came home, we got her.
And you always have this cheery persona about you, but you really see how positive the changes are.
Yeah, you can
once
feel
you
it
talk to you
from you.
You can definitely feel it. So, yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Brooke.
My name is Brooke, or you can call me B, whichever works. My Instagram is storyofb.vsg. Yes, used to just be Story of B. It was my original Instagram, and I just kind of changed it into Weight Loss Instagram. Everybody that was there before came with me for the ride.
Awesome.
I'm 29. I have always been single. So I dated before weight loss and now after weight loss, and it is definitely different. I had VSG also in Tijuana.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Awesome. I had it with Elias Ortiz and company. So I went January 16th of 2020. I just had my 1.5 year anniversary.
Yay. That's how much have you lost?
180 pounds.
Whoa, holy shit.
That's so crazy.
Oh, that's impressive.
Insane. We've seen your before and afters. We absolutely love them. But that's just insane amount of weight to lose.
Yeah.
At this point, I have lost more weight than what I weigh now. I weigh less now than the weight that I've lost.
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
That is so cool.
It's really crazy to think about it. When I look up things on the internet, how much what's something that weighs 180 pounds? It just brings up human women. Like it doesn't show me any other like, some people it'll show like a horse or whatever. Weight. No, it just like shows women.
Just human.
So you've lost a person.
Human women.
Yeah. You've lost a person.
Wow. Yeah.
You've lost a Kelly.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's unfathomable to me.
That's I mean, this whole journey is freaking mind blowing. Sometimes when you're
agree.
Like, I'm walking into the store today, and I was looking at my reflection in the window, and I was like, that's me.
Like,
okay,
who are you?
You like tap the glass to make sure.
Are you
Isn't
there?
that such a good feeling though when you see yourself and you're like, oh,
yeah,
you double take?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Hey, good looking.
It's like, oh yeah, I do look good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or stop in every full length mirror that you see so you can take a picture of yourself.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
I do that when I'm in the store. I'm sure people think I'm absolutely crazy, but I'm like, boop. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I
Every
went
full length mirror.
I went to the, by the way, Rue 21 up in Portland has the best full length mirror. It is like a full wall that is mirror.
Yes.
Oh,
love it.
And I'm like, I can't let this opportunity pass me by. So I'm like holding my clothes and stuff, and I'm like taking photos, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sure
Such a
people
nerd.
think I'm just crazy, but
Who
this is what's
cares?
happening. Yeah, exactly.
Let them
Feel
think it.
yourself.
Whatever.
I'm like, I am kind of crazy, so it's fine.
It's fine.
Kelly
Everybody
says it's
is.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what my husband tells me. He's all girls and all dudes are crazy. It all depends on how
true.
much crazy you can handle, because there's no one that's
Absolutely.
not. And I was like, I love you for that.
I
Thank
think
you.
that
So true.
perfectly describes why we're here talking about dating.
Yeah.
How much crazy can you handle
Yeah. So
in the dating pool?
how soon have both of you dated after having the weight loss surgery?
I waited about 8 months maybe. So
Okay.
I had my surgery in like January, and I started dabbling online maybe in like September, October.
Okay.
So I guess, maybe
9 to
8,
10
9 months,
months.
something
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
just because I wanted to take that little bit of time. I didn't even know who the hell I was, after there's so much change. And like you, especially in that first, I lost like 100 pounds in 6 months.
Damn.
And I changed so fast that I couldn't even imagine like letting someone see my body, because I still didn't know my body. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
so I just totally wasn't ready. And I waited a little while. And I wanted to focus on my journey. I didn't want to be distracted, by trying to build a
That makes
relationship
sense
with
to
anybody.
me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and I mean, having to explain that to somebody who, especially in the beginning, is really hard, because you have to take so many steps in your daily life that it's really hard to explain to somebody who doesn't understand why or how you need. But when you're like at the end of your journey, or, you've lost a significant amount of weight 6 months on, I feel like it's a little bit easier to explain. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so what
You're
about
like
you,
in your
Natalie?
routine.
Yeah,
I
you're in
was
a
the
routine.
opposite.
Oh, okay.
I started dating like 3 months post-op. I was like, we're doing it. I'm ready. Like,
I love it. All in.
Yeah.
I was like out of the gate, so ready. But then realized that like, maybe I shouldn't, maybe it's not the right time, because I'm still figuring out. So I was kind of like, let me out, like just ready to go. And then I kind of backtracked, and I kind of waited a little bit longer and realized, okay, maybe I should slow down a little bit. Like, I'm getting kind of excited here.
What made
Maybe
you?
I should figure out my own self.
Yeah.
What made you think that? What made you be like, okay, maybe we need a backup?
I mean, pretty much everything that B was saying, it is a very intimate time. You just had this major surgery, you're relearning your new body. And to let someone in to that moment is a lot more intimate than I think people really realize.
Oh yeah.
That's a good word for it.
We had kind of talked about it. I just said, I'm on a fitness journey, at the beginning. And then, you know, obviously at 3 months out, you're not eating very much.
No.
And so when you go out to dinner, he'd be like, okay, but like, what kind of a fitness journey? You know, he's like, I want to make sure that you're being safe. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, I had this major surgery a couple months ago, and he was super nice about it, but I could tell that for him, that was kind of a lot to take on as someone just meeting for the first time. So it made me reevaluate, you know, is this the right time to really be bringing someone into such an intimate part of my life?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I went through a random moment right after Satan left, and I was like, I'm going to look and see what's on Facebook dating. First off, don't go on to Facebook dating, and just don't.
If you're not ready,
turn around, walk away.
So bad.
It's so awful. And I had talked to this one guy, and I told him, you know, I'm in the middle of a divorce, like it's very recent, blah, blah, blah. And I talked to him for like maybe, I don't know what, a week.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nope, I'm not ready. Bail out. Yep. And so I didn't talk to him for a little while, and he was like, well, you ghosted me and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, dude, my husband left me like a month ago. Yeah. Like, give me, and he wanted me to like come stay the night. And I was like, I'm not ready for that. Like, so yeah, no, Facebook dating, no.
It's not where it's at.
No.
It's the worst online dating experience I've ever had was Facebook dating.
Why? Why is Facebook so weird?
Well, for one, there's not many people that do Facebook dating. It's just the way that it's set up isn't really user friendly. And so then the people that are on Facebook dating are like, it's like the Craigslist of our generation.
Okay.
I like that. The Craigslist personals.
100%.
So you're like, you log on there and you're like, oh, you probably have 3 felonies. Like that's.
Oh no.
Yes. Yeah, like, pretty accurate.
I'm gonna back out of there pretty fast.
Oh, thank God you did.
So,
yeah, it's all of
it may be different.
You don't want in your DMs.
Oh, yes,
essentially.
Oh, okay, so all the DMs that I get on Facebook, I mean,
are probably people on Facebook dating. Yes.
Yeah, like they are ridiculous. They are.
And I like tattooed, bearded guys, but this takes it like to a whole new level of tattooed, bearded guys.
It really does.
Oh man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like,
no. Yeah. Bearded tattoos. I mean, that's,
Do you want your tattoos bearded or just?
Oh yeah. I definitely bearded. Tattoos bearded. I feel like that's the only option to go with.
Selling point. Just a big old beard on their arm.
Yeah. Just a big old beard.
I would love that. I would.
Right?
If someone had a beard tattooed on their body, I would be like, I'm in.
Yeah, I am all in.
Yeah, that's a whole new, like, oh my God, sense of humor that I think I could handle too.
Yeah.
I would love that.
So you guys dated obviously prior to surgery. So like, do you guys kind of want to walk us through like what was it like beforehand and what is it like now for you? Whoever wants to go first.
Yeah.
Before, what I have found, and I've learned this from dating as like a thinner person now, is that there is not a lot of respect given to overweight women by men. Men treat overweight women like trash. And so most of the men that I dated before weight loss did not treat me well. It was very often that I was like a secret. Nobody knew that we were seeing each other. They only wanted to hit me up, late at night, or only didn't want to take me out, didn't want to, show me off, didn't want their friends to know about me. And so and always asking for nudes and being really hypersexual. That was my experience with dating before I lost my weight. And now post weight loss, men treat me so differently with so much more respect. I haven't had a man ask me for nudes in 6 months.
Wow.
If not more than that.
Awesome.
They just don't treat me the same. And it's honestly kind of offensive because I've seen both sides and I'm like, men are kind of trash for that.
Yeah.
Like for treating women so differently.
Yep.
And so I've obviously had a lot better experience because they're treating me better. You know,
Right.
they want to take me out. They want to introduce me to their friends. They want to take pictures with me. You know, I have more pictures with the dudes that I've gone on, you know, two or three dates than I have with any of my exes from before weight loss because they want to like show me off, you know, and it just wasn't like that before. It's really, really weird.
That is strange.
Yeah, no, I feel it would definitely feel offensive.
Well, I mean, like before you and Eric were together, we've kind of talked about that where guys wanted to be your friend.
I was always the girls or the guys girls friend or whatever, you know,
where it was like a secret.
So
like it was like
mine was never secret. It was just like I was never looked at like that. Yeah. Like that's all. It just never was. So I mean, I've only had like a one night stand, and I've only like my first boyfriend. Well, not my first boyfriend, but the person I lost my virginity to. Like I don't have a lot here.
Why do I not remember who that is?
Of who?
Who you lost your virginity to?
Yeah, you have to remember that. You made a joke about it on a vacation. Ear.
Oh, never mind.
You nerd.
I just remember that. That's so funny.
Yeah, because I was just like the person you hung out with your guys all day long. Like that's who I was.
Right.
So like no one really was like, hey, like doing shit to me. So
like, not like now.
Not like now. Not like I get people fucking messaging me all like every other day. Like it's quite interesting. Even like because my husband's name is Eric. And we were on vacation. This person named Eric, okay, I'm going to say it. Eric White messaged me and was like, "You're beautiful." And at first I was like, wait, that's not you. Hold on. Like, who the fuck is this? He's like, yeah, that's not me. And I just get them all the time. I just don't reply. Yeah. And I show Eric, like, that's our relationship with it is like, what we've talked about is like, hey, we're in a whole different ballgame now. So like we need to show each other when this shit happens because then if you don't, then it gets like you're hiding something. And I'm not good with secrets or lies. Like those are the one or two things that you can do. And I can be like, boom, done. Peace out. So
you have all my trust and respect until you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, same. I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Me too. Woo-hoo.
Doesn't take much.
Yeah. We're a little feisty. Yeah. We're passionate and feisty, and we are loyal as fuck. But when you break our loyalty, it's like game off. Like you're over there now. Have fun in your corner.
I'm a Gemini, so there's two sides of me. There is the really sweet, nice person, and then there is I will fuck your shit up if you mess with me side.
Yeah. Old boy in the tiny home's a Gemini.
I love it.
We're gonna talk about that. Natalie, can you tell us what your experience before surgery was?
Yeah.
So before surgery, it was very odd. I feel like I had two kind of like options. I got like either people were they would move like super quickly. Like, oh, she must just want to be a wife. Like, let's wife her up like right now.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding. Like third date status talking about when we get married.
Whoa.
Ooh, that was scary.
I had that like multiple times.
You're like...
And I was like, what am I giving off that is like telling you that I'm ready for that?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What? And then the other would be like the in secret, like I've had a couple hookups, like, and then just done with you kind of a thing, like ghosting you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've had kind of both of those very extreme experiences dating. Previously, I've also gotten stood up. Like there was a streak where like I got stood up on every Tinder date that I had set up.
Oh no.
Like several, which is like, okay, that's a low blow, you know? You're not even gonna like tell me. So yeah, like dating before was just very all over the place. Like I just didn't know where I was at. Like some people wanted to marry me and then some people like couldn't even show their face to me. Like
you're like, what the fuck?
What am I doing? Like what's going on?
Because you're like, what do I do with that? Like, how do I change or like grow as a person if I don't know?
Yeah. There's like no constructive feedback, like at all.
It's not like a job where you can go in and be like, okay, so what went wrong?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, I
What
feel
can I
like
do
that
to
would
improve?
be, yeah. Can we do an exit survey
Yeah.
and just
be
find
great.
out where we're at, where we're feeling this? Oh my gosh.
It was very odd, like mix. I also lived in a rural town in Alaska, so maybe that
The
played a
slim
part
pickings
in
over there.
Very slim pickings,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Workspace. She's just like,
Just like, oh shit. Just like, I
That's
thought
my current life.
Yeah,
Slim pickings.
lots of fish pictures or hunting pictures, you know.
Okay.
And
Workspace is
so
hilarious.
I'm serious. That's the small town life. Like everybody
Yeah.
that lives within 20 miles of me, that's all of their pictures of them with a
All
dead
the same
animal.
pictures.
Like, what on earth makes you think that I'm going to get turned on by you holding a corpse? Like you're literally holding something that you killed.
That's dead.
What?
Yeah. And that you've killed. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Fuck that. No.
That does not make me want to hook up with you.
You mean you don't want that
Psychopath.
hunter that we
mean,
strive to
I
have?
guess that's what it is. They think that like I'm going to be turned on because they're
They're
a hunter gatherer or whatever,
Right.
like some evolutionary BS. I don't know.
oh man.
I'm just
like, bitch, I am the provider.
Yeah.
right.
Welcome to 2020.
Yeah.
hold my beer.
We've been here the whole time.
Exactly.
Just acknowledge now.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So can
Yeah.
you tell us what it's like now, Natalie, for dating?
Yeah, so now it's kind of interesting because I'm kind of in that middle where I'm not like 400 pounds anymore, but
Right.
I'm also not like, you know, under 200 pounds. So I'm
Mhm.
still larger. I'm still like considered plus size, but it is interesting now that I am getting noticed more for kind of those like, for lack of better terms, like BBW type things. But it's like, I was that 130 pounds ago. Why did I have to lose that weight to suddenly fit into that?
Can you explain what that
Mold.
is?
Just for people that might not know what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about
I
right
can't
now.
remember the exact term, but it's essentially like big girls, like
A big, beautiful
booty
woman.
women.
Oh, big, beautiful
Or
woman.
Big,
Okay.
beautiful woman.
Big,
whatever.
beautiful woman. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually have heard that.
Um,
Someone else finally told me about it too. Okay, so now you're in that group. Okay.
Yeah, which
That's
is weird
dumb, yeah.
for me because I'm like, okay, so for me, it's like, okay, I feel really good. I've lost all this weight, but I'm still categorized as that.
Right.
So in some ways, I still get like the booty call hookup type things,
Mhm.
and then in other ways, it's kind of dating in Seattle is very weird.
Okay.
They have like the Seattle freeze, which is a very popular term.
What? They all band
which is
together
just
to
that
not have
people are-
sex? Is that what's happening?
People are just like weird, like about hanging out.
Okay.
Like they'll act really interested, and
Okay.
then they'll be like, never mind. Like, and they'll just like ghost you.
Oh, okay.
And so you get like really into it. You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I want to hook up with you. Like, I'm ready. Let's set a date. And then they're
Mhm.
like, yeah, let's do it. And you set a date, and then just like, what?
No.
So are we or are we not? Like, it's very weird. So it's like I've been on dates, but then they don't go anywhere. They just like drop off.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
yeah,
nothing
it's been
like-
all over the place.
So nothing like really interesting, like,
No,
okay.
no,
Or not long
nothing
term.
long term.
Really
Yeah,
long term.
like,
Okay.
like maybe, you're seeing them for a few months or something.
Yeah, nothing has lasted, which is so weird to me. Nothing has lasted more than like 2 weeks.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super strange.
Considering there was dudes just like, hey, you want to be my wife?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, clock is ticking.
Right. I feel that. I'll
Are
be
you-
30 in November.
Oh, girls.
Seriously.
Yeah, but I've never been married. I don't have
Right.
any kids, and I'm almost 30.
I don't
Right.
have any
I mean-
kids. Just saying. I don't have
You
any kids.
can't have kids. That's not fair. And at one point you did want them.
But I don't.
Yeah, now, but B does. The bee does.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm acknowledging.
Acknowledge the feelers.
I'm acknowledging the feeling.
Yes.
The
Yes.
feelage?
Because
I'm not sure if that's
like,
a word, but that's gonna
because
happen.
that is a thing. Like for women, like you get to an age and you're starting, like you're literally looking at the time frame. Like I would like to know this person for a year or two before we go into marriage, and I'd also like to hang out with you in marriage before we even have kids. Like there's a time frame. I definitely feel you, because I had a girlfriend that's like, she's our age and she still doesn't have the husband or the kids, and she's just like starting to freak out a little bit. And it's like, because
well, and then the men I'm dating are older too. Like
right.
One of the guys that I'm seeing is 37.
Right.
You know, like time's a ticking.
Yeah, because even them, they're like, I don't want to be like 50 years old playing catch with my son. Like, because, you know, you have to get to that age too to do certain things. So yeah, like the clock is moving, unfortunately.
The only like, I don't know. I've definitely, so I was married to Satan for 10 years, almost 10 years. And he was younger than me. So that was one of my stipulations going forward. I was like, I'm dating somebody that's older.
Yeah.
That understands, like, we're not, because, you know, older guys, then they kind of even out with you, because women are always, you know, no offense to the guys that are listening, but that's the way it
but what I've learned
works.
with Eric, because Eric's 38 and his guy friends, they pretty much say that none of them grew up until they were in their 30s. So, I mean, really looking for guys in your 30s is not a bad idea.
No.
Literally all of them said that. They're like, yeah, about 30. I think that's when I became like a normal dude, like an adult.
Like a normal dude.
Yeah, they're like, we just take longer.
Not
and
a complete asshole.
We know, you take a whole decade longer. So
yeah, we're ready at like 20. Right. It takes them another 10 years to figure it out.
Yeah. So yes,
I'm going to circle back to B's, one of the guys that I'm dating. So
I
heard that comment too.
You weren't.
I'm dating. No. So that guy in particular, I was exclusively dating him for like a month.
Okay.
But he's not in a place where he can be in a committed relationship. I'm trying not to give too many details because I don't feel like it's fair.
Okay.
For me to give a bunch of details about his personal shit.
No.
Asking him.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it just wasn't in a place where we could make it exclusive. And so I started dating again. And honestly, at this point, if I wanted to, I could have a date every day of the week.
Oh, so that's new. So that's new, right? Yeah.
Oh, for sure. There's so not much better quality, so much more quantity.
Okay.
The quantity still isn't going up, but you know.
Yeah, the quality is still kind of. This is what I found, because with online dating, it makes people view people as disposable. It's almost like they're window shopping. Like they see this person and they're like, oh, I like the way that they look. And then they get interested and they vibe for a couple of weeks. And then there's some shinier penny or whatever. And they move on to someone else.
Okay.
And it's this horrible cycle that I feel like I've gotten into, where I'm like, I start to invest in somebody or start to get interested in them. And then it just kind of drops off. And I know that that's why, because you're constantly swiping, and there's always going to be someone that maybe is a little prettier, or they've got a better job, or they don't have, 180 pounds of loose skin, like
there's always something. Yeah.
There's always going to be someone that they view as better. And so they just keep in this cycle. And almost every person that I've dated in the last 6 months is kind of in that cycle where they're like, I'm dating multiple people. And honestly, I'm kind of in the same spot where I've gone on a lot of dates. And only a couple of them have I gone on more than one date with. And even then I was kind of like, aside from the 7-year-old one.
No name over there.
Yeah.
I call him old boy. I mean,
that's funny.
If you're on my close friends on Instagram, you'll see I'll post about him. Old boy. Occasionally. He's bearded and tattooed. So that's why when you were saying that, I was like,
yeah. Those beards, man.
Something about it, man.
He's the man that's in a tiny home right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for tearing yourself away from him to record this.
I was like, I gotta
like
go do a podcast about dating. And he was like,
what
the fuck?
That's amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So what dating apps are you guys using?
Yeah, what are the ones that they should use and not use?
I hate Hinge.
Okay.
Hinge matches me people with in Australia. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, why?
What are your settings to?
Absolutely not. Like, how do we fix
30
this?
miles. I'm like, show me people within 30 miles, Australia. What?
That's weird.
I don't like Hinge. I've met probably the people that I vibe with the most that I've legitimately met. I met them on Tinder. It's honestly one of my favorite sites to use.
Okay.
I've used Bumble, but I've met a couple people off Bumble. But the same dudes that are on Bumble are on Tinder. They're all the same dudes.
Okay.
They all are. Nobody's using it for anything real. It feels like.
So it's literally like a social media almost now for dating. It's like you have to be on all the platforms.
I have my Snapchat in my Tinder profile. I don't even really use Tinder. If they want to talk to me, they Snapchat me.
Oh.
I
did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, I did. I feel like we're like old women over here that have no idea what's going on
I know,
in the dating world.
That's why we had to get people on that do because like we are. Okay. We haven't been in the dating world. And when we dated, this is definitely gonna date us. But like there wasn't dating apps when we started. At all.
You met people in person.
In person. Like there was, we were still using the brick phones with the snake. You can play around with the snake
game.
Like
those Nokias.
Yeah, yeah. So like we weren't in the dating world.
You could throw those like across the state and they wouldn't break.
Yeah,
there was nothing.
I'm at a weird
those.
age where like the first half of my life was before internet was a big deal.
Yeah.
So like whenever I graduated from high school and went into the dating, because I didn't date when I was in high school. Plenty of Fish was a thing, but it was still like on a website. It wasn't an app or anything. So there were platforms, but it wasn't as easily accessible as what it is now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, I met my husband at a house party. That's what we did.
Honestly, at this point, the other day I was like, I got dressed up because I was going to dinner. I was going on a date. And I didn't think that the date was going to last. I didn't think that it was going to last or go very well. And so I was like, I'll go out. And I was like, I'll try to meet somebody organically. That's what I'm going to do. And then the bar that I went to, because it's like one of my comfort zones, it's it's a place I love to go, was having a drag show. There was not a straight dude in the place.
Whoopsie daisies.
So I was like, okay,
wrong day
universe,
for that. Wrong day
I
for
hear
that.
you.
Yeah. It is not your
universe.
time. It is not your time.
That is so funny.
I wish I could meet somebody organically.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to do it because honestly, I don't have many friends that are not on the internet and like people that live in different states. And then I work in a women heavy field. Like the field that I work in, I work with all women.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to meet them at work. So
Well, and
I
then
just
it's
don't know
like
how to.
Well, I think back before all of that, it was you went to bars
Yeah.
to meet people, but then you go back to COVID shut down bars for a while.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, if you meet somebody in a bar, does that that's like hookup status, right? Or you've got like this very fine line of meeting somebody in a bar, whether it's like serious or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Never done it.
Yeah.
For
a long time, bars in Seattle were just done. I mean, they're just now starting to I went to a neighborhood called Fremont and it used to be like poppin' and it was like a ghost town for the whole time during COVID because it was just bars.
Yeah.
And I just went back on Saturday and it was finally up and it was just finally starting to get going again. So it does make it hard when you can't just go to a bar and just hope to find someone, because people our age really aren't going to bars because they're like, we haven't in so long.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So do you guys prefer like talking online first and then going on a date, or do you prefer to just like go straight to a date?
Almost like, what is the etiquette?
Yeah.
I like to talk for a couple days.
Okay.
Like, feel it out. Is it worth my time?
Okay.
Like, do we have things in common? You know, does our sense of humor work out? Like, I like to kind of feel it out for a second. And then, like meeting up, I would say within a week, I'd like to go on a date. Like, I don't want to talk for weeks, you know, online, but I like to suss it out before I like commit to going on a date, because it's like a lot of energy.
Now, do you ask them out on a date, or do you wait for them to ask you? Or does it just depend on the situation?
It depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm like, he's probably not going to do it, so I'll just do, like, if I can tell that he's probably not going to, and I feel like it's going well, then I'll be like, hey, we should grab a drink.
Okay.
But I am... The Sagittarius in me likes to be wooed. So please woo me. Like, please act like you want to go. Like, don't make me do it all. You know, I still like to be wooed.
Yeah.
I know it's 2021, but
I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't like to be wooed a little bit?
Yeah, feeling interested in. Like, I still demand that from my husband, damn it.
Yeah, I want to feel wanted.
Wanted is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I'm kind of the same. There's like this delicate balance where you either like, if you wait too long to go out, then you're never going to go out. You just become endless texting buddies, or you Snapchat each other randomly for forever, and you like never meet up.
Okay.
But if you do it too soon, then you don't know enough about each other. You know, like, so it's a very delicate balance where.
Do you do video chats first too before you go on a date? I've heard of people doing stuff like that.
I did FaceTime with
Dude.
Oh boy, a lot before we went out. But that's partly because of his job. We wanted to go on a date weeks before we were able to, but he travels for his job. So, so we FaceTime. Like, that's a foundation of our relationship, is that we FaceTime like a lot. I don't with other people though. Not normally. But I'm a big audio messenger. Like, I like to send voice messages, so I get a feel for like their personality a little more than just texting, because if I send a voice message or I send a video, normally they will respond by sending a voice message or a video, and so then you kind of get a feel for their personality a little more. You can hear their voice, which is a weird thing for me, but someone's voice, I've got a vibe with it. And, you know, stuff like that, little things. So that's something actually on Bumble, you can send voice messages. And so a lot of times my first message, I'll send a voice message, or one of the first messages that I started sending is, hey, send me a voice memo of you mimicking what you think that I sound like based on my photos. Just like something funny. That's how I started the conversation with him on Bumble.
Genius.
And he loved it. Yeah.
I love that.
Natalie's like, I'm writing that one
down. I'm going to be taking
I got that from TikTok. So I can't take credit for that. I got it from TikTok, but it was a great conversation starter, and he loved it. He thought that it showed that I had a great personality, you know, or a sense of humor. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Well, Nat, what about you? Like, has it, like, do you do the FaceTime or Zoom or whatever?
I prefer FaceTime, like, just to make sure that like conversation flows, because I can be a little bit awkward at first, and like, I know guys they're not always super talkative. So I just like to see that we could like crack through the shell a little bit and get going and see how that conversation goes. And then if that goes well, then I'll be like, hey, that was really fun. Let's go out. Like, let's go get a drink or something. But I do like to do the FaceTime because
and to make sure that it's them, right?
Yeah.
Like,
has anybody been catfish? Is that a thing still?
No. I mean, it is, but you can tell if you've watched Catfish, you can tell a catfish.
Every season right here.
Oh, really?
I watched every season.
I've watched so much Catfish. So, I mean, I I don't get catfishes on dating apps. I get them on Instagram all the time. I get a catfish Instagram like every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Delete. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any red flags like that you guys are like that people should know right away? They both laugh,
go first,
so
Brooke?
there has to be.
Let me count on them.
I want to know all of them.
God. Like, okay, so I'm really weird about scheduling. So if someone is only messaging me at certain times of the day, I'm like, you got a wife or something, or a girlfriend or something. So if they only text me from like 9 to 5 when they're at work, and then they ghost out from 6 to the next morning, that's a red flag.
Definitely. I was talking to a guy for a little bit, and that's how it was. We would talk all day, every day, but only between certain hours. And then it would be like, it would be so random at night. And then I was like, what's going on here? Because that's not right.
Oh, that makes more sense though.
Yeah, right?
If they talk about their ex a lot, like within the first day, run. Like, I'm serious.
Do they really
if they bring up an ex, if they bring up an ex on the first day, they are not over them, and don't waste your time. I have 3 men. 3 men have I wasted my time on this year that were not over their exes.
Okay.
3.
All right, you hear that, everyone? They bring up the exes.
They bring up their ex, or even if they're like, oh, my exes were crazy, red flag. They're the crazy one.
Yeah,
you're the common denominator, not them. You the crazy one.
That's funny because my husband always goes like, "What'd you do to make them crazy?" Is what he tells one of his friends, because he's like, "I know you, bro.
Yeah,
like, what'd you do?"
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What'd you do?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only 2 that I can think of off the top of my head.
She's still smiling, so I know there's more.
I don't text back right away.
No.
And this is my thing with it. I don't care if you don't text back right away, but don't wait hours.
Yeah.
Like, if we're having a conversation and then you just stop talking to me, I'm not...
Yeah.
Why? Like,
or like give an explanation. Like, I'm going into an appointment. I'll text you later, or like something.
Or like, hey, I'm like hanging out with my buddies. Sorry. Like, it was impromptu, or like, just let me know. So I'm not sitting here like, did I just say something wrong? Or did I like push a button? You know, I've had that happen so many times where it's like, yeah, well, I told you that I don't text back. And I was like, no, but you were, and then you weren't.
Yeah.
That's what I have a problem with.
I'm really bad at that. Like, I'm one of those people that like, I'll be texting with somebody and then I just don't respond. Half of it's because I forgot to text you back. The other half is that I get distracted by something shiny.
She does.
And then I thought I text you back and then I didn't.
Yeah.
That happens quite often.
Yeah. And
I told someone yesterday, I was like, it takes 10 seconds to send a text message. You can take 10 seconds to send me a damn text message.
Thank you. Thank you, B. Thank you, B.
It does. And I will still forget.
So,
yeah.
Oh, but it's not forgetting. It's a lack of effort.
Thank you, B.
It's the like not texting me for 4 hours and then being like, oh, sorry, I was at blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, couldn't you have like, as you were walking up and like, hey, I'll text you later.
Yeah, it's being considerate. Like be considerate of my time and feelings.
Yeah. And then another one that I am just not a fan of is just getting real deep real fast. Like conversations just into the like psychological things. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just Seattle, but it's like, yeah, like you're getting to know someone and then it's like, okay, let's talk about our trauma from like 13 years ago. And and I'm like, where did this come from? I'm not your therapist.
Well, and you don't need to know that right away. Cause like I've had a couple of girlfriends that have met their guys now from Bumble and whatnot. And that was a turnoff for them, is like, why do you need to tell me your trauma this fast? Like, hold off.
Yeah, give it a few weeks.
Like, they don't need to know all those things. Cause I even was telling my friends, I'm all, stop. You're giving them way too much information. Like they have to earn that shit. Like don't be just offering this shit up. So like let's wait it out.
Yeah, definitely.
I am a red flag. I'm the queen of TMI.
Are you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm the queen of TMI. Like
what kind of TMI? Like fun TMI or that like my dad beat me to death or something like
No, but like for example,
that went 0 to 60 real quick.
That's
the stuff that I get though.
Yeah.
Is like,
I've heard people talk like that.
Time this happened and it really messed me up, kind of a thing.
Did you like, how do I take that? Like,
what do I do?
I'm just overly honest. I think I'm just overly honest.
Oh, that's fine.
And I feel like it's better for you to just be honest. It causes less drama. And so like there was this guy that was messaging me right after I had ended things with old boy for a big minute, and I was just not in a good place to like try to start something with someone else. And so he kept messaging me and I was like blowing him off. And so finally I just sent him a message. I was like, listen, I feel like I'm being a dick, but I'm not in a place where I can invest in getting to know somebody right now. Like I'm going to have to.
Someone just walk into the room.
Yeah. I'm going to have to like.
She's nervous.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
It's so good. So good.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Anyway, so I just told him, I was like, I'm not in a place where like I can get to know you and it's not fair to you. And so that's probably too much information to tell someone that I've literally never met. But I felt like it was wrong for me to
I think that's fair.
Even entertain that conversation because I wasn't in a place where I could, you know.
Oh, I don't think that's TMI. I think it's being respectful.
Yeah, I think that's different though. That's like
maybe.
You're being honest, being like, hey, I'm not in the right headspace. The people that I'm talking about are like, let's trauma bond 3 days into talking.
Trauma bond.
And I'm like,
it's a real thing.
No.
It is a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't know that was an actual term. Trauma bond.
The trauma bonding.
Yeah.
People
It's
do it all
actually
the time.
psychological. It's a thing that you learn about in psychology.
Yep.
Trauma bonding.
Wow.
Is that people actually do it all the time, don't even realize they're doing it. Like two people that were in a car accident, like different times we can relate, and then now we're bonding over that.
Oh, wow.
It's normally super toxic.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. Because it could be just based on that and no real substance. Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. I'm seeing some things.
Oh, she's seeing some flags.
Yeah. No, I'm seeing some flags.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, dating is not the most fun thing in the world.
No,
It's not.
So the thing I want to know about is sex.
Let's get in
So
it.
much better. It's so much better.
Yeah.
so much better.
It's so much better.
I mean,
Like,
There's no words.
it's just so much better. Because well, for one, like it had gotten to the point for me that it was like a chore. It was, I would get sweaty. I would feel I was out of breath. I couldn't move, in positions, and I didn't feel sexy. Like, so especially like towards the very end when I had hit my highest weight, I was like, this is not even fun. Like I didn't even want to have sex because it wasn't fun anymore. And now, I mean, the stamina, and part of that may be because I work out a lot, but the stamina is just like there,
Yeah,
so
Nope, I can attest to that.
Yep.
it can last a lot longer, and I can move a lot better, and I have a lot more confidence, so it's just better.
So it's better.
And you want to try new things. Like someone can be like, hey, have you done this before? And you can be like, no, but let's go. Like, let's try it.
I can
You know,
totally put my leg there now.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. It's, it's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's have fun. And it's a lot less in your head, and you can just like go with it,
I agree.
I completely agree.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I mean,
Sex went from like if we could do levels, like it was good. but then it's like a 10 every time. Like it's not like, you get those 10s like every once in a while.
Yeah.
But like now it's 10 every fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous because you can do a lot more.
Yeah.
You can last a lot longer. And I like what Eric said is that my confidence is through the roof and I'm more playful. So it's more, so it's more fun because I'm super playful.
Well, because you're not so self-conscious about like, oh, what if he wants to do this? What if he wants to do this?
Right.
What if I can't move like that? Like, and like you said, be like, you're just ready for it to be over because you're out of breath, you're sweaty, you're not really feeling it.
Well, yeah, and you'll look at your own body and you're just like, oh, how does he like that? How does he like that? And like now you're,
exactly.
yeah, and now you're like, oh, like I like it, so he must like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
You like, you definitely like, or you feel yourself more,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So I will share with you guys. Which,
It's going out to everyone.
yeah, I know. I had sex for the first time 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
After almost 9 months of nothing. And the first time of being with somebody other than Satan. And that was the most glorious thing I've ever experienced in my life.
I'm so happy for you. You needed
So
that.
happy.
I was so prepared that I was just like bad in bed, right? And
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what
like,
she thought, guys. She thought it was her and that she was bad in bed.
I legit thought it was me.
Yeah.
And no, it
Not me.
was
No.
not. It was not. But I can completely agree with like the wanting to have it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
what was it? Melanie was like, "How was your weekend?" And I was like, 4 times.
Yes.
And she was just starts laughing. And I was just like, it's just a crazy thought to me because it was like, before I would have sex once and then
One
I
and
was
done.
good for 6 months. Like I didn't have any like drive or desire for it. And now that I'm like, actually feeling better about myself and like I'm kind of coming back into my own, it's a completely different ball game. So
Yeah.
I just had to, and it's different. Like I know when you're married, and you have loose skin or you lose a lot of weight, like it's not a big deal because you were married to that person before.
Well, and they've watched you. What Eric said, he's like, I just watch you get smaller. So like, I already know parts of your body and what they look like as they're getting smaller.
Yeah.
So like, it's not. I don't have to have this big discussion.
But then when you are like, okay, I'm going to have sex with you, I might like feel a little self-conscious, but then you just kind of get over that, I think.
I mean, there might just be an extra clap here and there. It's fine.
Extra clap.
I turn on music so that you can't hear it.
Music's the best. This one, I said music and she's like, you have sex to music? I'm all, fuck you. Get some music on. What is going on?
Hey, listen. Alina Baraz.
Okay.
Her name is Alina Baraz. Best sex music ever.
Even Natalie's smiling too. Okay.
Okay,
Pull
so
this shit up.
how do you
What?
Never mind.
What? Did Zach just send that to you as sort of like,
No, that's
that would be insane.
yeah. So how do you spell that?
Alina.
Oh, got it.
Alina Baraz.
Okay.
Can I take you to
Oh, can you share
it's
that
just
to me?
like
Stat.
super like
It's good.
It's good.
Okay. All right.
so it's like chill and sexual. It's good stuff.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, B. I
That's
love
my
it.
go-to.
That might be happening tonight. We're just saying.
Speaking of,
yes.
Oh, goodness.
But the kind of cool thing is the guy that I'm dating, Zach, he is a weight loss surgery patient.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes it. So
I would love that.
He was on the podcast like second season, I think.
First season.
And we've known him for like 20 years. So it makes it kind of easier because he understands where I'm coming from and like we both eat small amounts and like it's not like
That's
awkward.
so nice.
You'll just share a meal. How cute.
Have you guys dated anybody that's like also bariatric?
No, but I would love to.
No,
Oh, really?
I would love that.
I have so many Instagram crushes. Not so many. I have a couple.
Yeah. Are you sliding in their DMs?
I'm not telling you. No, they haven't slid into my DMs. I've slid into theirs.
Okay.
Not like that, but
Oh, damn.
We're like, can we make a love match? I mean,
I'm pretty good
I
at it.
wish.
I feel like we could make this happen.
None of them live in Texas anyways.
Oh, so are you both like against long-term or like long distance?
I don't want to do that. I'm way too I'm way too into like quality time. Quality time is one of my highest love languages. And so like I have to have somebody that I can spend a fair amount of time with. And then physical touch is my other like top love language. Okay. So long distance just doesn't do it for me. I can't do it. Okay. Even, he'll be gone for weeks and I hate it.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you, Nat?
Yeah, I've considered it, but I'm the same way. Like I love quality time, physical touch, and acts of service. So I like when people are like there to help me with things. I think quality time and acts of service are like tied for like number 2 or something. Okay. Like I just love having like running errands with someone or, just living life with them. So I don't really, the idea of long distance really is not for me.
Okay. Not for me.
I don't think I could do it.
Is any of you guys willing to move at all? Like, are you guys tied down to your areas?
I am.
She is.
I'm very close with my family. Yeah, I want to be at least a couple of hours from, like, I'll move to I definitely am moving out of this town as soon as I can. But
there is no love lost between B and her town.
Yeah, I will always live in Texas.
Okay, so you'll stay in Texas, but you're willing to move around in Texas. Okay,
yeah,
that's not bad. Okay, what about Nate?
Yeah, I would.
Nate. I don't know why I called you Nate and then Nat. Sorry.
You know what? I get mail with the word Nate on it all the time. It's really funny, actually.
We're just gonna start calling you Nate.
Whatever, it's fine.
I won't.
I would have to stay in the Pacific Northwest. I'm also very close with my family. When I lived in Alaska, it was very hard to be like a flight away from my family.
Okay.
So like Washington, Oregon, Northern California, like that'd probably be as low as I would go. But I'd be willing to like relocate if it was within the Pacific Northwest.
Okay. Because that gives you a good broad of people. Yeah. We do know from being in the Pacific Northwest, like we're pretty fucking cool. So
we are.
We are. Pretty cool.
I'm going to toot our own horns a little bit.
Especially from Salem, high class people from Salem.
No, but like there is a chill factor. What I hear from people that like meet other people from the Pacific Northwest, they're like, you guys don't give a shit. Like you guys just chill. And I'm like, yeah, we literally just want to like, well, for me, it's like feed me, fuck me, and hang out with me. We're good to go. Like I'm chill. Like
mine is feed me, fuck me, don't talk down to me.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'm
super
good.
chill. I'm super laid back, super chill. Literally every guy that I've gone on a date with is like, you're so chill. Like are you like this all the time? Or is this just like a first date thing? I'm like, no, I'm just like this all the time. I'm just chill. Yeah. Like I just go with the flow, real laid back, real accepting, just kind of like, that's just who I am.
Yeah. I'm a lot like that. I'm just kind of, I don't care until I care. So like Zach was like, what do you want to eat for dinner? And I was like, I don't care literally anything. And he's like, okay, how about, I think he said Applebee's or something. And I was like, sure. I will find anything anywhere. So I don't like, if you can take that decision off my plate and just be like, hey, we're going here tonight.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's go. Let's do this shit.
So
I think my thing is, at least like I'm chill, but at least be passionate about something. I'll go with you to your video game, like convention, whatever. If you are like passionate about it, cool. I will go with you. I don't care. I'll sit and listen to you talk about it. Like, but don't be wishy-washy. Have something you're passionate about. I'm chill. I'll get excited about it with you. But I also expect that in return, you know, like let's also get excited about what I'm excited about, you know?
Right.
Other than that, I'm like, I don't care where we eat. I don't care what we do, but just like have passion, do something, you know?
I like that.
Yeah, that was really good. I really like that. So we started this new thing with the guy panel. I don't know if you guys listened to it, but we asked, what's in your DMs?
Yeah, what
and I kind of
typically
want to know what's in your guys' DMs.
Yeah,
what are the DMs that you get the most?
Yeah, what are the messages?
Like the most of the time I get people asking me for advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And tips and tricks. It's like, hey, I'm stalled out, or hey, like I'm pre-op, or hey, I'm looking into going to Tijuana for surgery, or stuff like that. I mean, I do get DMs from people wanting to be my sugar daddy or catfishes or whatever, but the majority of the people that are in my DMs, it's women 9 times out of 10. And they're wanting like, or they're responding to my stories, like agreeing or starting a conversation based off of the stories. But yeah, my DMs aren't wild. There's nothing wild going down in my DMs.
Nothing crazy that's come across?
Not my DMs, no.
What about Miss Natalie? What has she gotten?
Nothing. Yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff, like asking for advice. I have a lot of like hair loss questions because I'm pretty open about my hair loss.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that collagen is just going to prevent them from hair loss, and I'm here to tell you that.
Yeah,
not
you need
true.
more.
So
yeah, it helps regrow the hair.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's going to happen, and that's literally what I tell them. I'm
you
like,
just got to embrace it.
It's inevitable. It'll
grow back. That's what I say. It'll grow back.
Yeah,
it'll grow back, or you can just get extensions.
Yeah, figure it's totally fine.
It's fine. Kelly says
do they
it's
make
fine.
Extensions for your horns?
I know.
Mine go right here.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. I've always wanted them, but like my problem's like right here in the middle and the top. So I'm like, mine fucking sucks. I'm like, I don't think she can do anything with that. Like that's just, you're going to see it.
I don't know. You should talk to Lindsay.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mine, this is all right here. You'll see that curly part.
Yeah.
That's all. That's regrowth.
Nice.
Whoa.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
it's growing in curly, apparently. I don't know. It does weird things.
That's a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Is it?
What?
I think Natalie said
She said it's common.
Oh.
But she froze. She's frozen.
Oh, no. But yeah, she said it's common. So
yeah.
I didn't know that if it, I mean, that explains a lot though, because my hair has really started to become curly underneath, and that makes a lot of sense.
You did not know. Oh, Natalie's back. There she is.
Yay.
Yeah,
what are you guys looking for, like with guys or whoever you're dating? It doesn't have to be a guy.
I want I want to find my person. I mean, like that's the ultimate goal.
Aww.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a Grey's Anatomy watcher. I want to find my person.
I got you.
I want a life partner.
Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? Sorry, we're having like a psycho. Like, Giselle, you don't watch Grey's, and I'm like, motherfucker, I've watched every season and almost twice. Like I call Eric my person. I even told him like, you are my person. So
yeah,
you're gonna have to deal with this craziness.
My best friend, the person that I can build a life with. I want to build a home and a family and whatever the family looks like, even if it's just me and them and some dogs. You know, like that's the ultimate goal.
Aww, that's perfect. Yeah. What about you, Nat?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like I want to find, I read this thing about otters. And so now I have this like vision in my head, but I want to find my otter because otters, when they're swimming, they just hold each other's hands so they don't lose each other.
Aww.
You can like see videos of like rings of otters.
I've seen
like,
that. It's families. So cute.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
So cute. So I want to find my otter. And yeah, I just want to like have a life and be able to go on adventures with someone. And then also just have times where we're sitting on the couch doing nothing, watching Netflix. You know, I just want to find someone I can just do everything with.
That's perfect. So I have one final question.
Oh,
what's the worst date you've ever been on? And what happened?
No. Nice.
I have a really good one.
All right.
Like recent or
No, like ever.
Ever.
Like ever.
This guy took me to an IHOP, or he met me at the IHOP. And when he showed up, he was wearing these shoes. I'm weird about like if you're going to show up to a date with me, like I've got my shit together. I dress cute. Like I always look top tier. So if you show up, you need to be dressed nice. And he was wearing these shoes that looked like he'd mowed in them for like a decade. They were so disgusting. And then he talked about this house that he lived in and how he hunted paranormal shit and stuff in his house the whole date. It was so awkward. And what do you even say to someone that's like, I've got ghosts in my house and I like have all this equipment to hunt for it and stuff. And I was like, cool.
Okay.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, but I haven't had a lot of terrible dates, thankfully. So that's probably the worst.
How did that end though? Do you just go leave?
Okay, bye.
I was like, I think I had a friend show up to come bail me out.
Nice.
That's so good.
It was so long ago. I mean, this was like years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you, Nat?
Yeah.
Jeez.
She said she had a good one.
I do have a good one and this was my go-to anytime anyone asked me because it was just so bad. So we met at this bar in Anchorage, Alaska when I was living there. And we went to trivia night because I was like, this will be fun. We'll like be able to kind of be goofy and like try to win trivia night, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just a general trivia night. And so it covers literally any topic ever. And we didn't know jack shit. We were both just sitting there with our fears, like, wow, we really suck. Like looking at each other, just being like, this is horrible.
We don't know nothing.
That's so funny.
We were both so embarrassed. And finally it was over. And so then I was like, hey, do you want to like go for a drive? Because we didn't like, it was loud and whatever. So I was like, let's go for a drive. Like, let's at least like get to know each other a little bit because we obviously are not trivia people.
Yeah.
And so I had like a big truck at the time because you do that in Alaska. And I had like warmed seats and it was a nice truck. And so we were driving around and he's like, oh my God, like, this truck is amazing, has heated seats. Oh my gosh, it's so comfortable. Like that's all he was talking about was the truck.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, so like what kind of music are you into? Like I'm like trying to get to know him. And so then he just like keeps bringing up the truck.
He's like, oh, this interior is really awesome.
Yeah, he was like leather and it's heated seats. Oh my God. And he like reclined it. He was like getting real comfy in my truck.
Oh.
I was like, okay, yeah, it's a cool truck, like whatever. And then I lived about 45 minutes outside of Anchorage at the time. It was dead of winter, like icy roads. So I was like, hey, like I'm getting pretty tired and I have to like drive back, soon. And he's like, yeah, okay. And so I drove him back to his car. And then he like wouldn't get out of my truck.
Oh.
He was like, this is so comfortable. Like, this is like the best truck. And just like kept going on about the freaking seats. And I was finally like, I have to go.
Yeah.
Like,
get the fuck out of my truck.
Out of my truck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I had to like kick him out of my truck. And I was like, bye. Like, I hope you get home safe, whatever. And he was like, okay, bye. And that was it. Like, I was the truck essentially of that date.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not a love match.
No,
not at all.
It was not.
My instinct was to be like, was this guy's name Brad?
Oh my God.
I don't even remember his name. He had a beard though, but he was short.
Oh, never mind. Not Brad.
That was a catfish moment because he looked a lot taller in his pictures.
Don't take him from the floor.
It's the
Pretty
angles.
much, I'm sure he did.
He's like my long legs over here.
All right. Well, is there anything else you guys would like to add? Any advice for those of us newly dating?
Yeah, I want to hear some advice.
Take your time.
Okay.
Stay be cautious, like who you're emotionally investing in and how much you're giving to them of your emotions. I am notorious. I'm very emotional. I'm a Scorpio. So I have this tendency to just like be all in and super emotionally attached. And all it does is cause you pain. So just like be real cautious and take things slow. And, I'm so sorry. Can y'all hear that?
A little bit.
Oh my God.
Is he singing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it couldn't have been more perfect to have him there doing this while you do this episode. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's really awkward. But anyways, yeah, so just be cautious and take your time and really like take your time to get to know someone and don't future trip. This is something that I've learned. It's a term that I've learned from my therapist on TikTok. That's where I get my therapy these days.
Oh, okay.
Future tripping is where you're like, you meet someone and you start to build this like life in your head of what you imagine that it could be. And you pedestal a person when you do that. You ignore red flags and you compromise and you let go of a lot of things because you've created this image in your head of what they could be and what their potential with you is. And then like, yeah, it's not good. So don't future trip, be cautious, take your time.
I love it.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah. All right.
Natalie, can you add on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously everything that B said, but also have fun. Like, don't get in your head. Like, everyone is getting to know themselves, wherever they are in their life. So I know that everything feels really like new when you're starting to date and when you're losing weight and all of this stuff, but just like have fun, be yourself. Like, don't let your nerves get into your head and don't let your nerves sabotage you into thinking you're not worth the attention that you're getting, because you are worth like being treated and getting taken out and all of that stuff. So yeah, just make sure you have fun with it and like let yourself have fun.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see his face.
I know. You want to turn the camera? Say hi.
No,
It's so
the room
good.
that I'm in is a mess, or I might do that, but
That's amazing.
I
He
love
can
it.
come say hi if he wants to.
True story. True story.
No.
I don't want him to.
There you go. He does not have to.
No. Okay. Well,
I really like both your guys' advices.
Yeah.
Like that really like resonates because like I think younger Mel could have totally done that future thing, you know, in the head.
I
And-
definitely did that with Satan.
Yeah. And I know with Natalie, like having fun, like I've been telling her, like, I just want you to have fun. Just have fun, enjoy
Let
yourself.
loose.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Because like not every person you're with has to be a commitment. Like
No.
they can just be fun.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I would
Exactly.
also, I know I'm not dating, but what I would say, like I've noticed with Eric, if I just tell him like, hey, I don't like that. Like just tell people that when things that you don't like, it's okay to express that with people.
Exactly.
Don't be
Especially-
afraid that you're going to chase somebody off just by saying, well, that's not okay with me.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. If you're not authentic, then whoever that you manage to catch or whatever by you pretending, you're both going to be fucking miserable because you can't be real and they don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
So the person that is right for you is going to accept you 1000% for who you are. So just be who you are.
Yeah.
Don't pretend to be anything else, because all you're going to do is catch a bunch of people that don't even know you and may not actually like you. Like just be who you are, and the right person will vibe.
Yeah. Because it's going to get
If they
exhausting.
don't vibe, fuck them.
Yeah.
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 I love it.
I love it.
Don't fuck them. Fuck them.
Don't fuck them, but tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. There we go.
And honestly, you're going to be too much for some people. And like those people, I saw a quote. It was like, be too much because they're not enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that really hit because I've always been told, oh, you're too much of this or you're too much of that.
You're a lot
It's
to
like,
take
well,
in.
you weren't enough. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's okay to be too much.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's allowed.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for hanging out with us, telling us all about the dating world.
All of the deets.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
So fun.
All right.
Well, if you guys want to watch this, you guys can. It's on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button so that way you can get notified when this airs.
Yeah. And if you want to watch this or listen to this early or future episodes early, go to patreon.com/OSLP and sign up to be a patron and support your favorite podcast.
That's right. I mean, we have several different tiers. And as long as you're like $5 or more, you can hang out with us once a month.
Yep.
So,
all right. Well, we will see you guys. No,
we love you guys.
we love you guys. See, I'm still on vacation time. It's fine. Kelly says it's fine. We love you guys, and we will talk to you
Next time. Bye.